Greetings, mortals, and welcome back to Crusader Kings.
So today we are going to work on finishing up our stuff here. We have a few vassals who are not happy with us, and by a few I only mean 3, and they're actually easy to deal with. So first things first, we have this guy here who does not particularly like us. Now we could do several things here, one of which is we could just give Kortal the control of that vassal if we wanted. Alternatively, we could give it to somebody else. So I was thinking I'd just give it to Kortal. Or not Kortal. Who is this guy? I'm Kortal. My other brother. I was thinking of giving it to this guy. The problem is that then he's gonna want to have the full kingdom, and he already wants the full kingdom, which is, giving him more power is not necessarily in my best interest. That being said, while it might not be in my best interest for him to have that much power, he's 51 years old, actually. Let's see, his son is not ambitious, at least. This guy is actually really good. He's 19 martial. This kid turned out great. Look at all these stats. Those are beautiful. So it's so weird being able to actually talk to the stream now. This kid is good. Option. I like him. So that kid is great, and honestly, I think what I'm going to do is I am going to transfer the vassalage of that over there. And what I'm going to make the assumption here on is, actually, that territory isn't even in Andhra. It's in this Telangana area. Yeah, it's not a big deal. So we're just going to grant. We're going to. You're a person. No, you're not. You're 100% the right person. Wait, this guy doesn't hate me? Wow, he doesn't hate me. Weird. Okay. So, let's see. I guess because I got him peacefully. We want him to have the vassalage for Kamban Pet, whatever. Is it this? Yeah. So what this is going to do is it gets rid of this guy who hates me. He doesn't hate me that much, actually. You know what? Maybe I should just bribe that guy. Oh, I don't have any money right now. I'd like to do this before doing anything else, because I'm not actually sure how long I'm going to be able to stream. Probably for not very long. So let's see. Giving him a gift would be expensive. I could just put him on my council. Oh, my advisor is here. He's my brother. I don't want him off the council. So, my steward is not great. This guy has 13 diplomacy, and that's his only halfway decent stat. So he wants to be on the council, but there's frankly just not a position for him on the council, because he's just kind of crappy. I could replace this guy as chancellor, but I like this guy. I don't see any reason to get rid of him. So we're not going to do that. Instead, I think I am just going to get rid of him. So we're going to put him under my brother. Which money do I have coming in? Not as much as I'd like, but I have an okay amount. What am I doing? Transfer vassalage of this asshole guy. Okay, so that guy is now going to not be my vassal anymore. So this whole area is controlled by my brother, which is a little dangerous because that whole area is controlled by one guy. But as long as I keep that person happy until I get to the point where I am unstoppably large, I think it'll be fine. So let's see. So that's done. That guy's out of my hair for now. Now we have one more vassal that we need to worry about. This guy is not someone I need to worry about because he's just a bishop. This guy is a mayor. We don't need to worry about people that low on the totem pole, but this guy we have to worry about. Now let's see. People who are in prison still count, right? Yeah. So people who are in prison do still count for this, so I have to release this guy from prison. Okay, this increases the opinion of all of my vassals by 9. That's pretty cool. Okay, he also owes me a favor. And how much did this... He wants a seat on the council. He's actually got 15 marshal. So he's a better marshal than the guy that I have in charge right now. He's not nearly as good as this guy. But I'm willing to put this guy in charge of my council just for long enough to do this, and then I can hopefully slap him right back in prison. Let's see, what else can I do? I can't give him a gift, I don't think. I don't think I have enough money. So I need to give him enough that we have a plus 18. Yeah, that's really expensive. I don't have anything that I could give him. Someone else doing the real work. So I think I'm going to want to just bribe him. So I can just wait a few months to do this. So I actually have a claim all the way up here on the Ayodhya kingdom. I could go after that if I wanted. And that would actually give me this entire thing just personally. The problem with that is that I'd have to go really far to do it, and he has a lot of troops. He has a lot of hired troops right now. I'd have to invest way more into that than I think it's worth. Let's increase our prosperity. So how's this doing? 38 base tax right now. Or not base, but... Let's take a look at our finances. So we have 204 coming in per month, or per year. City taxes are pretty high. It's Kolam. It's not one of these, is it? Here's the city of Kolam. How do I see who's in charge of this? Okay, let's pause this. Okay, so still have that one guy that doesn't like us. He's down to -12 now. Okay, I should be able to pass this now. Yes, I can. So we can swap this over to primogeniture. It's going to piss off a lot of people. But it secures the thinger. So, how are we doing? We now have one child. This is one of the great things, actually, is that because we did this before we have another child born, we won't have anyone who's particularly outraged by the change in law, because the law changed before they were born. So that's really good for me. Let's see here. How am I going to position myself? Sorry, I'm moving the computer around a lot. I hope it doesn't make particularly much noise when I do that. Okay, so that means that we can now go after kingdoms with no threat whatsoever. So we just need to keep our vassals slightly weaker than us so that we don't have to risk them doing nasty things. But the actual... Let's see. So we have 9 more years before we can go after this guy. And so obviously we need to do something in the interim. So we can do subjugation eventually, but we certainly can't do it now. We do not really get much karma on this character. This character just is not a karma machine by any stretch of the imagination. So who are you? This guy. You know, I wonder, if I fabricate a claim on this tile, can I revoke it? I've never done that. I've always used my claims externally. But I wonder if I could, if I wanted to. So, I'm going to need, if I want to do this, to convert over to Buddhism. So I want to retain at least some Buddhist territory in my land. Let's take a look. Can I convert? Yes, I can convert to Buddhism whenever I want. So what I'm going to want to do this generation is grab the Maldives, because even with primogeniture, you can still select who you want your primary heir to be. It's just that your primary heir is your only heir. So I'm going to want to set my primary heir to whichever child is the best child when I start getting old enough that that becomes a problem. So the other thing that I want to do is, sometime soon, I want to abolish the council again. I think that that is something that's going to need to happen eventually, and so we'll definitely want to do that. So let's take a look here. Can I just revoke all the people who are of the wrong religion? Like, for instance, this guy, this girl, is Buddhist. So I could just revoke this title and then give it to somebody. I think I'm going to hold off on that. I don't think there's any reason to do it now. This guy's also Buddhist. So what I can do with these people is I can just use these people to sort of give out territory to people eventually. I think that'll be worthwhile. If I need to land someone, then I have these titles that I can just revoke for free. So that's useful for me. What else is there? I think that's pretty much it. So let's take a look at you. So you are available. Unfortunately, I can't press all of my vassals' claims at once. I can only press all of my claims at once. Okay, so let's take a look at the duchies over here. If I were to take either of these, it gives me... No, if I take this, it doesn't give me the ducal claim here. So I'm going to go for this one, I think. I think that just doing a slow expansion where I just take one piece at a time is probably my best bet here. So for instance, I could increase this guy's territory by 2, just go into both of these. In just a couple of quick wars. That said, that other war is going to be a big one, so it's not necessarily something I want to do that quickly. What happened to my... That's a problem. Whoa, that's interesting. Why did my levy total go up so much? Okay, well, I think what I'm going to do here is I am just going to go in on this guy. And I think I'm just going to use my vassal levies. The more of my vassal levies that I use, the better in some ways. I could also start making people tributaries. But I don't think I want to do it here, because this is the place. These are the areas that I want to expand into. So the next place that I'm going to want to take is actually this territory. I'm going to want to steal this kingdom. I think that'll be very valuable for me. But I need to get way more karma, which may or may not happen depending on just how old this guy gets. So let's go for this. We're going to take Orangelu because it looks like it's a better province. Otherwise, why would he have his capital there? We are going to check. 3. Yeah, this is definitely the better province to take. So let's do that. This will improve our domain quite substantially. Our vassals are still a little annoyed about us raising their levies. So this is 1,300 troops. I'm just gonna raise all my vassal levies and see how that goes. Okay, this guy's capital is really close to me. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna raise them all. It's fine. This guy might... Nope, what? Nope! The suicidal charge. Okay. And I don't... The great thing about this is that the vassals will get over it, right? They'll calm down eventually. And who are you? You have 1.7k troops. I should have checked what he had available to him. So who is that? He's currently defending against me. It's this guy, and he's really close. So between the two of them, they have how many troops? They have about 3,000. So they have about the same number of troops as my vassal army on its own. And it looks like he pulled up his troops at a very inopportune moment. Hello? Oh, I actually have to go because my wife's home. So thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you again.